What up, people? It's your boy Snow Ignorant Gamers, bringing you another offline video. For those of you who are new to the channel, offline is one of our series where I can just sit here unplugged, unscripted, just give it to you off the top of my dome, whatever I retain, blah blah blah, share some of my hypes or whatever. Today is 6:15. Time is about 9:22 as I'm recording this. Yesterday is my birthday. I'm still celebrating. It is Saturday. Thanks to Rusty Ruler at We Are Gamers for the birthday shout out, and very special shout out to my girlfriend who's helped making my birthday weekend very special. My age doesn't matter. Let's get to the video. So I wanted to talk about something that's been like in my mind since E3 wrapped up last week, other than the whole Xbox and Microsoft and Sony thing. And I'm not going to get into that video because we have more of those videos coming out where we go through each press conference. And you guys that's going in on the Xbox video, I see what you guys are writing. I've yet to respond to anything in the comments, and I haven't really said anything in that video. I do have an offline video coming up that pretty soon too. But I want to say Ubisoft. I've never really been for Ubisoft like I've been for EA. I grew up playing video games in the 80s and 90s and all this stuff. And, I see something with EA on it, I automatically just give it an attention. I may not go for it, I may not buy it, but I give it the attention. And something clicked at this press conference with Ubisoft for me, where they can almost now say yo, I will pretty much pay attention, not buy. Please don't twist up my words. I will pay attention to Ubisoft. And the other thing that was very clear to me with their conference was, where the fuck is ROCKSTAR Games? And I'm not talking about Grand Theft Auto. The reason why I say that is because we all know Watch Dogs is coming. Whoop-de-whoop, right? We all hyped. I don't want to get into that no more. Like, any more footage I see of Watch Dogs is going to just kill it for me. It's like someone telling you how dope a movie is, and then you get it and you're already burnt out. But and then Assassin's Creed, great game series. I don't look for it because it's not my style of gaming, but I understand and respect everyone that makes their valid points to me about those games. But two games in particular I really want to point out that I'm always been a huge fan of, which is Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six. And Rainbow Six mainly because of my PC background from when I was growing up, yada yada, etc, etc. Ghost Recon has always been a rival. I am a PlayStation head, always been a rival game to my SOCOM, but I've always respected it because I've always played the Ghost Recon game, even when I didn't own an Xbox. And that's pretty much where it stopped. No Rainbow Six Patriots at the thing. You didn't even hear a word of it. It came out in a random interview, and they made a story about Patriots where it was on the back burner. And me and Ramon, we talked about this game. It's probably not right. That's why my SOCOM 4 had an identity crisis. Ghost Recon Future Soldier Online, as dope as it was, to be real with you, it kind of had an identity crisis too. Not as bad as SOCOM. SOCOM Identity Crisis was horrible. We need to commit those guys, which is why one of my favorite Zipper dudes are, out of business, and that sucks because that means the guys that work there are out of a job. But one thing that was really clear to me was open world, which I always hold respect for Rockstar. And the open world is Ubisoft's next gen pitch, and not just open world with connectivity and all that social and making everything work in one unit and no loading, no lobbies, just getting it into play. And of course, by now, if I'm saying that, you gotta know that I'm talking about two games specifically, and that's The Division and The Crew. I love playing arcade races rather. The Crew, what they pitched was so fucking dope. Now, I went into E3 looking for, as I said, I am a PlayStation head. Not a fanboy, I'm a PlayStation head. I went in looking for more information for Drive Club. I went in looking for more information for Gran Turismo 6 because I am thinking about getting back into the Sims. I've been absent from Sims since Gran Turismo 2-ish, 3-ish. And I didn't get that. And then all of a sudden, Ubisoft goes, with all their open world stuff, goes, hey, guess what? We have this dope car game, open world. We got a guy in Brooklyn driving through the bridge, and it was the actual bridge. I'm from New York, Brooklyn, New York. And you got a dude way over there, and you got another dude here, and you got a dude, and they want to do a race in Miami, and these are like the actual cities. And he was like, yo, there's mountains over there. You can drive to the mountains, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, this is kind of dope. And then it had like a Fast and Furious feel to it, like they was tackling down this armored vehicle, but yet you can still get up with your crews, which makes it more Fast and Furious. But then it was open world, like Midnight Club. But then it was like Need for Speed to Run. But then it was like I'm using these games to help streamline my thoughts to you. I hate comparison like that, but it was just so dope at how they presented it. And I was thinking like, okay, these guys are locked into everything open world, and you were able to still get these races even against rival crews, and everything seems to just work like that. So I'm like, I see the one trick pony, but let's see how it works in Watch Dogs and then how it's gonna work here. But then they hit with another game before their conference closed with The Division. Another game set in New York. I think that was Brooklyn. Looked like the Dumbo area, and it was like an open world online RPG type thing. And I'm not really an RPG fan, so if you get me, well, I'm not an RPG fan anymore. So if you get me to look at that game and wonder about that game, and then they showed you the cross play with the tablet, how the dude was manning the drone with the tablet and everything, and I'm just sitting there like, yo, this is crazy. Ubisoft they've kind of stepped it up. And I know I'm sitting here talking about two games. I'm not disrespecting the Far Cry and all that. Like, all those games are dope. They're just not my speed. But now they have something for everyone. Because before I only had two games, the Patriots and Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon. But now they put two more up there, and I know more are coming. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, did Ubisoft really make a real good impression against everybody, or was it just me? And again, where the fuck is ROCKSTAR Games? We all know GTA is coming out, that's fine. But it's the next gen, and we're not hearing nothing. Maybe that was strategic by ROCKSTAR to say, like, listen, we need to push all our, efforts into GTA 5, and we'll show up at the next E3, which, I can see that very well happening, and then I'm going to sit there and be like, oh man, what I got to do to get the money for these 12 games that they're going to show us, or maybe let's be more realistic, more like 6 out of 12 games, because I figured they'd probably hit about 12. And it's just so crazy how, and Activision didn't have a conference this year either, but we know where their focus is, and I think they probably took the same strategy. And it's just so mind-boggling to me that everyone has their own different take on what's next gen. Because I've said this in videos a while ago, where next gen isn't really going to be about graphics upgrade. It's going to be about how we play games. And Drive Club is trying to push the socialness, and Ubisoft, connectivity with open world and seamless. And I don't want Ubisoft to get hit with the one-trick pony, but I've got to tell you, I'm going to enjoy The Crew, and The Division is one of those games where I know that's not my speed, but I am so intrigued by the idea of it, where I might take a chance, and if I like it, then I'm one of those people who like what they like, and I won't disrespect what I don't like. And if I'm kind of person who don't like those type of games, and I end up really liking it, man, I'm going to lose a lot of money in this next gen until I get tired of it. So just wanted to throw that out there that Ubisoft did. They stood out more than all the other conferences to me. I love Battlefield. That was like my favorite genre. I'm a PlayStation head. It's nice to see the new IPs coming. I'm not really sure which one of those is going to dive in first, but I'm one of those PlayStation heads where I stumble across the IPs and, you know, then I end up becoming in love with them. And the X1, you know, with Titanfall, I mean, I'm gonna have a video on that too, but like I gotta say, those dudes who like Vince Kemp, whatever his name is, like you could tell, like this is why they left, because they had this game in their back pocket. That looks like it should have been black. You know what? Let me not even get that. I want to wrap this video up. So anyway, share your thoughts with me about the Ubisoft conference. Some of the games that were showing, some of the ideas that they was presenting. I just want to know, is it just me that's getting caught up like that, or maybe you guys didn't see their conference because you was only caught up on the PlayStation, the Xbox, and you might have missed EA and Ubisoft in between. And yeah, just let me know. Anyway, my name is Snow, Ignorant Gamers. Holla at me. Check the Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. I'm not telling you to like everything. We're just trying to say wherever you at the most, take that one. All right? Holla at me. One.